I pair wise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice at woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear. Shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. We're going to hope this is going to work. We've been having issues trying to change. Ever since we tried to add the phone, it's just been one headache after another headache after another headache. So hopefully everybody can hear me. I'm hoping on Facebook. YouTube was fine, but on Facebook it wasn't coming up. So I hope everybody can hear me. Of course, we're joined by my guy, Nathan Taylor of YNB. What's up, brother? Can you hear me?
Hey, man. I can. You're getting a little reverb, but I think that's because are you on the mic, not on the mic or something?
Well, I think I'm here. Let me get off the off Facebook. How's that better? It's just I don't know what it is. No, it's just dude. It's just I'm gonna have them come back in and just take off that Zoom. Everything that we did before to add a phone, I just want to get rid of it because it's just been one headache after another headache after another. Because Zoom is screwing with our OBS and our Restream because we're trying to add some stuff, and they want to charge you $35 an hour. I mean, $35 a month just to have a phone number, a dedicated phone number to kick in. And I'm like, man, I'm just,
you don't use it that much.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't
I'm
use
like,
it that much.
well, if people are calling in, I could see that, but they're not. So it's kind of like, why are we doing it when we don't really have a call in? You know what I'm saying? People aren't really calling in. So
Right.
it's just kind of a useless waste of money to me to have that in there. So, but anyway, we're going to kind of recap what happened with the Thunder since we've been unable to really talk about them. We tried to the one night, but you couldn't hear me. So we're going to talk.
Yeah.
It's just been crazy. But anyway, Thunder scored. The Thunder beat the Spurs 123 to 87. Spurs were 9 for 30. And what's crazy is, do you know the game before that? Guess what the opposing team was from three? 9 for 30. Isn't that crazy?
Really? Well,
Yeah.
We were matched we were same as them after the first quarter and the second quarter.
Yeah.
Not the third quarter. I don't think the exact same.
Yeah, so it's crazy what ended up happening. But go ahead.
I just got one little recap thing right quick, and then we can talk about it. I know you don't particularly, and you're not going to agree with this, but just go with me for a second. To me, after that game, I saw, and I know it was the Spurs, so whatever. I mean, it's fine. But we've got our 10, plus we've got 2 bench guys. And if we need them, I think bench guys, I mean, like way down the line guys. To me, I don't want to see, and I know you don't like Henry Williams, but, man, I love that guy. He might not make the best defensive plays and the best, the best decisions, sometimes shooting the ball, but he just brings an energy to that team that, a lot of intangible stuff. So to me, you got SGA, you got Giddey, you got Chet, you got J-Dub, and you got Dort.
No.
And then you got Aaron Wiggins. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
And then you got Aaron Wiggins, you got Casey Wallace, you got Jay Will, you got Kenrich Williams, and then, golly, who's the 10th? Isaiah Joe. You got Isaiah Joe. That's our 10. Those guys should play all the time.
Yes.
No other minutes should go to any other person.
Agreed.
And then if for some reason you got an injury or something, you take Bertans and you take Micic, and after that, you don't play any of the other guys.
Yeah.
None of the other guys should step on the floor.
Well, I think you need to add Micic in there as 11. But anyway.
That's what I said, yeah, Micic and Bertans.
Yes. But anyway, 38.7% from the field. Great on our part. 43 rebounds to our 40. 38 pips for them. 60 pips, points in the paint for us. 25-16. Oklahoma City 15 for 39 from three. But, of course, a lot of that was in garbage time. And then we outscored them 51 to 32. Now, to get to your point, I do agree with a lot of what you said. But my problem, like I was telling somebody the other day about Kendrick Williams, he can only play center. He can't play forward. He can't guard the perimeter. He only can place. He can only guard the big guy. That's it. So my question to
I
you
want
and
to
every
see him get some minutes against a guy like Sabonis. I want to see him get some minutes against somebody like him.
yeah,
Just
but
to see what he would do.
boy, we already saw what he did. Sabonis dominated him last year. What you mean? What do you got to see?
That's last year.
Oh
man.
my God.
Whole different team. Whole different team.
My
Whole different
point
animal.
is, listen. The point is, he plays center. I would rather have J. Will than him at center.
I don't
saying.
disagree. Well, to me, I think you put J. Will and him on the floor together.
Well, then you put J. Will at forward, and I don't know if J. Will can guard the wing. I don't know if he can do that.
I know you say that he can't guard the perimeter, and
He can't.
You're probably right.
He can't. It's clearly that's why he plays. But listen,
Neither can Josh Giddey, but we have him on the floor.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, with
I mean-
with K. Will, he is when we go small lineup, he's the center. He can't guard the four.
Sure.
He can't guard the four. Now they did, I believe, played him and Chet together. They did play him and Chet together, putting him at center and Chet at the four. That works, but I still rather have J. Will than him.
I
Sorry.
agree with you, but they're not going to play him.
They're not going to play them together. You're right. You're right. 100%. I agree. 100%. That's what they're not doing. I don't get it, but
I mean, can you not agree that, man, he brought a life to that team?
no, everybody was excited to see him. No, I like Kendrick Williams to shoot threes only. I don't want you trying to score. I don't want you trying to do that. You catch a three, shoot it great. I don't want you trying to take somebody off the dribble because the last time you tried to do that, you shot outside the backboard and what. I don't want you doing any of that. Just catch the ball, shoot the three only.
Let me add this. He is great at those little dump down passes.
Yes.
Not him, but the guy catching them.
Yes.
He's good at the little dump down passes, like in the dunker spot.
But all I'm saying is my point to my opposite to your point is I'd rather have J. Will than him on the court. Because that's what you're
I don't
doing.
disagree with that,
But I'm saying
not on the
that's
court,
what they're
and-
doing. They're putting him instead of J. Will. That's my point to you.
Sure.
And my point is to anybody, would you rather have J. Will or him? Who do you want on the court? Now, I like him.
100%.
He's a fan favorite, 100%. But who would you rather have on the court? That's
They
that.
will, you know that.
Yeah, I understand that. But I'm saying, but you're saying you like K. Rich, and I like K. Rich, but not more than J. Will. And he can only play center.
No. But
And J. Will
that's
can't
what
play
I'm
the
saying
four.
is The coach isn't going to do it, man.
No,
Coach
clearly
isn't
he's
gonna
not.
do it.
He ain't.
He's not gonna do it.
Like I've said many times, and I finally came around to the commander. It took me a while, but he's right. He ain't the guy. I finally came around to the commander's way of thinking. He ain't the guy.
I did like the fact that nobody, I mean, obviously Lindy Waters and Trey Mann, they played, but it was in garbage time. So I did like the fact that, wouldn't you rather have Kendrick Williams and Usman Jang coming off the bench?
No, what? No.
I mean-
No. But see, you already gave your guys. Okay? You already said you're 12.
Yes, I know.
Okay, so don't try to throw him in there late. And all I'm saying is,
No,
I
I'm
like
saying
K. Rich, but to have him on the court, that means you're not playing J. Will. That's what that means.
Yes, but
Okay, here we go.
Coach is going to play Jang, and no,
Jang
I'm just
is-
saying,
Jang
wouldn't
is
you
not
rather
gonna
have
play
Kendrick
anymore.
Williams?
Jang is not. Jang is in G League.
I hope not. I hope you're right. I never want to see him on the floor again. But I mean, not unless I'm watching an Oklahoma City Blue game.
Right. Well, which we're not. But yeah. So I
No,
agree with you.
we're not.
I agree with you 100%. You got to have SGA, Josh. Well, here, let me pull up the roster real quick so everybody can see what the hell we're talking about here. When you put up the roster here, you're saying SGA. This is who you're saying. This is your 12, right? SGA, Kaysen, Michik, Josh, Dort, Isaiah Joe, J-Dub, Wiggins, K. Rich, Chet, J. Will, and Bertans. That's your 12. With
I don't
with
think anybody
with
else should get any
Michik
minutes.
and Bertans being your 11, 12, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And you're saying, and what you're saying is you want to put K. Rich in there for number 10. So your 9 are SGA, Kaysen, Josh, Lou, Isaiah Joe, J Dub, Wiggins, K Rich, Chet, J Will. That's your 10. That's your 10.
That's my 10.
Yeah, that's your
now,
10.
K. Rich being my 10.
Yeah, K Rich being the 10, yes. He's the 10.
Being number 10.
Yes, he's 10. Yes, that's what we're saying. So when you look at this and what you have up there, yes, I agree with all of that. I have zero complaints with any of what you're saying. Because, but see, this is my.
Don't you think that if you keep into that, that's a winning team right there in the right rotation?
Yes, 100. I mean, but this is my thing. When he wants to, when the other teams are coming at us and starting to score, he has SGA, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Wiggins, and J Will when he wants to stop a run. That's what they have out there.
Yeah.
Because they got Isaiah Joe for the 3-point shooting in transition, because that's the only time that he can really get open shots, because that's when we're in transition and we're not in our half court set. He has a rougher time shooting a three, getting a three off in a half court set than he does in transition and when we're running. So, and then when he does,
I'd like to see Isaiah Joe's 3-point shooting percentage when SGA is on the floor and when he's not on the floor. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah, but I'm saying with that group on the floor, it's still high when SGA is in half court offense. But I'm just saying when you have that group, they are getting turnovers and scoring quickly. So he's more effective.
They were playing so good.
Well, I looked at this.
19 steals.
Well, I'm going to look at
see that?
Yeah,
19 steals?
SGA had 7 steals himself. I'm going to say this.
7 steals.
Okay, in the second quarter, guys, the score was 28-25 after the first. Second quarter, he doesn't put SGA in until the 4-minute mark.
4-minute mark.
He put J Will, it was 36-33 at the 7-minute and 45-second mark. He put in Josh and J Will at 7:45. Okay. At 44-41, with 4 minutes and 4 seconds to go, SGA was in the game. We ended up being up 58-48. Now, this is the key. He played the whole third quarter.
Mm-hmm.
So from the time he went in at the 4-minute mark, and we're up 3, to the time that he went out of the game, we outscored them 47-25 with him on the court. 47 to 25. So when he got done playing, the end of the third quarter was 91-66. I
mean, you can tell when he's on the floor. I mean, when he's on the floor, it takes him a couple minutes.
Yes.
You notice that in minutes 3 and 4. And if you do that earlier, then instead of being up, but that's why I told you, I think I said to you, that's halftime. If he would have come in with 2 minutes more to go, we'd have been up 17.
Yes. But for whatever reason, dude, when I saw that at 7 minutes and 45 seconds, he put J Will and Josh. Remember, Josh started the second quarter.
No,
he did. No, he did. No, the second quarter was Michik, Kaysen, J Dub, Chet, and K Rich. That was the second quarter.
Yeah, that was the first time all year he hasn't started the second quarter.
Yes. And he started casing his head, and it didn't help. It didn't help. And then, of course, you bring him, J Will, and him in. That still didn't do any good. And it was 39-35. And you had Josh, Kaysen, Michik, J Will, and K Rich on the floor.
Yeah.
It didn't help.
Yeah,
so until
it's not going to.
No, and then at 44-41, when he brought SGA in, you had SGA, Isaiah Joe, Dort, Josh, and Chet on the floor.
Not a bad lineup.
And they went off. And I'm like, dude, whatever reason he don't play, I don't understand. He is the only coach that doesn't play his best player as much as he possibly can. When the other team puts in their best player, he does not. Now, the other night at the Suns, he did it, and look what happened. We won the game. Remember, he put him in at 8-minute mark. Okay, won the game, dude. I don't think he's dumb enough to. He knows what the situation is. He just, for whatever reason, he won't play him. Whatever reason that is, he won't play him.
If we would have been playing any other team other than the Spurs, well, maybe there's a couple others, but if we'd been playing a good team, we'd have been down at halftime.
Yeah. Yeah. He refuses
because
he is determined that he's going to set up he's trying to prove to Sam Presti and the ownership that we can win without SGA. I think he's trying to make that point because he can't coach him. That's clear. That's clear. He can't coach him.
Yeah, he's going to lose that.
So this to me is that's what he's trying to do. And it's not going to work. If you're going to win games, he has to be on the floor. He's one of the top 5 unguardable players in the NBA. And it's so funny is when the outside world talks about the Thunder, all they talk about is SGA. The Thunder, all they talk about is Chet. It's amazing how that is. And like I tell everybody, I've said this I don't know how many times since the beginning of the year. Everybody outside of Oklahoma understands who the best player on the Thunder is. And like I said, this coach is lucky he lives in Oklahoma, that he coaches the Thunder. He's lucky because if he was anywhere else, this garbage that he's doing would be called out. But the people in Oklahoma, the media in Oklahoma, they're soft. What did someone say today? SGA, reason why he didn't get more pub, he's in no press middle America or something like that. That's what they said. No care middle America or whatever.
Right.
I was like, wow, okay. And it's true because the media.
I want to be in a press conference with Dagnall. This is what I want to tell him.
Can't ask him that. You won't be invited back. Can't ask him anything negative. You won't be invited back.
No, listen. This is what I want to tell him. It only takes one for me. That's fine. They can kick me out. Whatever. Ask him if he knows what the definition of insanity is.
You kicked out.
It's doing the same thing over and over
You're
again,
kicked out.
expecting different results.
You're kicked out.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'm just telling you, he believes that he can coach these guys up. That's what he believes.
And he may be able to, but he's not going to win anything with them.
You're not going to win. You're not going to win without SGA on the court. It's not going to happen. You're not going to win without him playing the most minutes. It's not going to happen. J-Dub is not there, and I don't know if he ever will be there, but he's a good player as a role guy. And it's so funny at the end of, the Suns game. After he ran that play for J-Dub and whatever happened, nothing happened. After that, soon as the ball was rebounded, everybody gave the ball to SGA before the coach could say anything. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Before a coach could say a word, boom, SGA had the ball. Okay? They're like, look, we ain't paying no attention to what you're doing. Give him the ball and let's go do this. Let's get this W. And we're going to win once again.
I think the team's starting to learn.
This team knows.
Whether it be Jalen Williams. They do.
They know.
And all of them are starting to realize, okay, we're not going to pay attention to the coach.
Not going to pay attention.
We're going to do what we think's best.
That's correct. That's correct.
Guaranteed.
And putting the ball in his hands is what we're going to do. And this whole thing is, and Josh being aggressive like he was the other night, it matters.
He played well.
It matters.
He played well the other night.
And
I've been begging for that for.
And he may be feeling the heat too, just like you brought up too. He may be feeling the heat. You know what I'm saying? He may be feeling the
I
heat.
hope so. Because it looks like if you light a fire under him, he performs better.
Yeah. Here we go. The game stats. This was from the other night. Josh had Giddey was 7 for 11, 0 for 2, with 18 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists in 25 minutes.
I'm okay with him taking one to two threes a game.
Uh-huh.
As long as he's aggressive like he was, dude, take him if you want to. You ain't gonna make them, but take them.
Yep.
And
then SGA in 28 minutes, he had 28 points, 10 for 16, 1 for 4, 7 for 7. He's like Kevin Durant. They're the most efficient 30-point scorers I've ever been around. They have 30, and you're like,
hey, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
How do you think Chicago fans would have reacted if Phil Jackson would have tried to pull Michael Jordan out?
Well, that was never going to happen.
Listen,
all I'm telling you is if he didn't live and coach for the Thunder, he would not be able to get away with what he's doing.
For sure.
He's not. He just can't. He's not going to get away with it because the Oklahoma fans aren't educated aren't educated enough in the NBA and how stuff works to understand what's happening. They have no clue. They don't see it. All they see is, we're winning. They're not paying attention to that. But those people who are aware of how things work are aware of what he's doing, can see it without any question.
Well, see, and I'll be honest with you, the last 3 years or post-COVID bubble, my wife would always get on me. Why do you want to watch that horrible team? I don't even want to watch them if they're not winning. I wouldn't watch them to see what the final score was. I would watch to see the improvement of the guys.
Correct.
How they were playing.
100%.
That was the important part to me. So.
Well, that's why last year, not last year, but the year before, at the end of the last 30 or so games, you could see something flip, a switch flip in that team. And that's why I predicted them to win 40 games last year, and everybody told me I was off my damn mind. And they won 40. And it's just something I saw, you could just tell. And at the end of games, they know how to win a close game when SGA is playing. It just like he'll make a couple shots in a row. He'll come down, he'll score 2 or 3 baskets out of 4. And you can just see the other team just go take their out.
I am anxious to find out because we have a very, very small sample size, and he probably didn't even make that much effect. I am anxious to find out how he performs in the playoffs because we always say the playoffs is a whole different monster. Yeah. And if you look at last year's playing games, he wasn't great. He was okay, but he wasn't great. And in the Minnesota game, he was awful.
He was awful.
So he was horrible. But I don't remember how he played against the Houston Rockets in that series in 2020.
He was good. He was good because Chris Paul was there, remember? He was good. Chris Paul was there.
Yes.
That's when he really came. That's when he really started showing that the potential. And I think what we saw in him doing that run in the playoffs allowed us to get rid of Chris Paul.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
I'm just wondering if he's going to be he's going to be not Michael Jordan, but is he going to be like that, or is he going to be like James Harden?
No, I think he'll be fine. That's why last year I wanted us to win more, to try to win more games to get a home court, because I believe if we had our first 2 games at home, we're in. Now we may have gotten beat by Denver or whomever or the Kings, whatever, but we would at least been in and got 4 home games. You know what I'm saying? We'd had 4 home games. And I think those, what would that have been? 6 or 7 games, 8 games in the playoffs would have made a huge difference for our team this year, playing that many games.
For sure. Yeah.
But I think that they're fine.
He had his best game of the career, his career in that playoff game.
Yeah.
Or in that playing game. I mean.
So
he's capable.
I just think to me it's almost like he's trying to develop players, and I'm just like, dude, we're over this developmental crap. Let's go. Mm-hmm. Just drive me crazy. And NBA news. Warriors' Draymond Green was suspended for 5 games for the chokehold on T-Wolves' Rudy Gobert. I saw somebody yesterday talking about how they thought they think that was extensive. I'm like, dude, he choked him. And no matter what you want to say, he choked him. And I agree. The guy goes, where'd you want him to grab him? I don't know, but when you grabbed him by the neck and you kept holding him by the neck, when he leaned back and he was like, whoa, you can see him like, whoa, and he kept doing it. Yeah, you need to be gone. But that's Draymond. I mean, I've had enough of him. The NBA has had enough of him. They're tired of him.
Well, here's the thing, Matt. I don't, I'm not saying he does it with, I don't know what his intent is when he does all that stuff. But, you could really, if you're not careful in today's world, man, as touchy as people are, you could really hurt somebody if you're not careful. You could really injure a guy because he's not going to stop. That's his problem. Like, he doesn't just let things go. He just takes them to the extreme. Like, it's amazing. Like, if you think about, did you see that Jordan Poole punch that he did?
Yeah.
Did you see the video on that?
Yes, I did.
Dude, that guy could have got seriously injured.
Yeah, he
the way
did.
He fell back, he could have got seriously injured, and he would have been like, oh, whoops. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, but now we know.
You got to chill.
But now we know why the Warriors didn't suspend Draymond.
Yeah,
because Gordon Poole's an idiot.
He's an idiot. But
what about the video with him?
Saying, like, he could have seriously injured him.
Yeah, he could have. Yeah, he could have. But my thing is this: the referees, he the way he talks to referees, and they let him get away with it for so long. Stop it. Just put it. The referees can do something about it if they really wanted to. They just don't, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Just stop. Put a hold to it.
Just shut up and play the game, man.
Now Chet versus Wemby. I think they're 1-1. The first time they played, Chet was abused by Wemby. The second time,
For sure.
I think Chet held up really good against him the second time around. I thought so. I think they're 1-1. And I saw this deal. They're comparing Chet's numbers with Wemby's numbers. I'm like, you can't compare the two at all when it comes to numbers. One's playing on a team that he has to shoot, and one's playing on a team he can just be a role player. They're two different roles. And I can promise you, if Wemby was playing for the Thunder, his numbers would be crazy because he doesn't have to. He's got.
I mean, it's like correlating. It's like saying, well, the comparison between Brock Purdy and Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
I mean, Brock Purdy went to a perfect situation, and Baker Mayfield went to a dumpster fire.
100%. 100%. I agree with you. But I don't know if Baker. Well, I don't know. He'd have played pretty good. He'd have did. No, he would have did pretty good with the lineup that the 49ers have. He's got it because I'd be like that's like he was at OU. He had weapons. And I agree 100% with that. What do you think of the police not being able to find video evidence of Kelly Oubre's accident, the Sixers' Kelly Oubre? Because at the corner of where he said he got hit, they can't find any video of that time of the night or whatever that happened. They can't find anything. How do you feel about that?
Surely this isn't like surely this isn't a Manti Te'o kind of thing. Where he made up getting hit by a car
or Steve Stavanovich saying he got shot. But Steve Stavanovich saying he got shot. Back in the day, I don't know, you're too young to remember that. But yeah, he said he got shot. There was a manhunt out there, FBI and everybody. He had to admit that he shot himself. So yeah. And then it's so funny is at the KU game, they gave out pop guns to everybody, so all 18,000 of their fans had pop guns. Guess what Oklahoma State said? Oh, no, we're not going to do that. Can you believe that? OU, they were doing it. They didn't do it really in Norman either. But, yeah, KU, K-State, they gave out cap guns to everybody in the stands.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
It was hilarious. But, yeah, I just don't know what to think about it. I mean, Nathan, did you make it up? Because if you said it happened on a corner, there's, like you and I both know, there's cameras everywhere. There's cameras on buildings. There's cameras on the stoplights. There's bank cameras from ATMs, and they can find not one piece of video saying you got hit at that accident. There's not one piece of video, not one piece. Mm. And the problem with being a person like that, if something happens to you, they are going to turn over every stone in the world to find out who was a hit and run. You know what I mean? Right. They're going to go after that person. Sure. And so I don't know if he. Sure. That's a tough one on me. I don't know if he did it or he didn't or what, man. I don't know.
For his sake, I hope he did. I hope he did get hit.
Yeah, but clearly it was somewhere else. Clearly it was somewhere else.
Really bad if he.
And something else was the reason. Yeah, agreed. NBA scores: the Mavericks beat the Wizards 130-117. The Celtics, boy, they got revenge on the Sixers, didn't they? Boy, the Celtics are a handful, dude. Celtics are a handful. The Bucks 128.
They're so good.
Yep, the Raptors 128. Some of the Sixers, by the way, when Tyrese Maxey went out of the game second quarter, by the time they tried to put him back in, they were down 17. It was over. It was like just like you said about the Thunder. Bucks 128, 112. Damian was awesome last night. Giannis did not play, and he went off for 37 and just killed. He's a beast. The Knicks 116, Hawks 114, an old-fashioned slugfest in the Eastern Conference. Magic 96, Bulls 94. Magic, Bulls. Can you imagine being at the United Center trying to watch that game? I'd have been at the bar.
Can you imagine having two max guys and not getting any production?
No.
My God, man.
And Zach LaVine is on the trading block. He's all they're doing is looking at him to send him off somewhere.
Oh,
No doubt.
I don't see how DeRozan doesn't want to be traded either.
Agreed.
I mean, that's horrible.
133, 115. The Suns just smashed the T-Wolves, and which was kind of shocking. The T-Wolves getting beat that bad. You would think that they would have made it a little closer. The Cavaliers beat up on the poor Blazers, and then the Kings took care of business. Now they got De'Aaron Fox back over the Lakers. LeBron, great game. He's AD. Can you help me with AD?
Dumb, man. AD is dumb.
Do you know he was trying to come out of the first quarter because he was tired? He asked out of the game in the first quarter because he was tired.
Oh my God, dude! To me, he's a less severe case of Ben Simmons, to be honest with you.
But they're paying him $60 million. He's getting paid $60 million.
Well, that's. I mean, I know that's your franchise, man, but dude, they have not made smart decisions.
Ever since LeBron has gotten there, they've made horrible decisions.
Oh, dude, you remember the draft picks that they had before he got there?
Yes.
I mean, they had. I mean, Ball is not the greatest example, but he was a good player.
Well, they got, but you remember they got a bunch. Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, but they had Kyle Kuzma, they had Julius Randle, they had Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, they had some good players.
And that's the thing is, then when they traded for Anthony Davis, they got a bunch of picks. So they were golden, and then he wanted Westbrook, and they gave up every pick that they had for him.
Yeah.
They gave up every pick that they had for him because that's what he wanted. He wanted him.
If you remember right, they could have had what, Miles Turner and Buddy Hield?
Yep.
Too?
Got rid of them. They could have had DeMar DeRozan.
Oh.
Their whole team, they would have added DeMar DeRozan and Miles Turner to the team they already had that they won the championship with.
Man,
But LeBron wanted
Wow.
Westbrook now. And he tries to act like, management. Shut up. You made the decision. Because they already had the trade for Buddy Hield.
Right?
They'd already had the trade for Buddy Hield done. And you wanted this.
Yeah.
And, that's my thing with him.
Yeah.
Fess up, bro. I don't like him anyway. So, to me, he ain't the greatest.
Well, speaking of trades, man, how good does that DeMontis Sabonis Tyrese Halliburton trade look for Indiana?
The Pacers are real, man.
I mean, Sabonis is playing good. Sabonis is playing good in Indiana, but in Sacramento. But man, we all know, everybody in this league knows you gotta have a point guard.
Dude, Tyrese Halliburton's a beast.
Good God, man.
The best thing in the world.
He is amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this: the two players that benefited the most from playing in the World Cup were Tyrese Halliburton and Anthony Edwards.
And
SGA.
Okay,
I'm talking
SGA.
about on the U.S. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about U.S. on the USA team.
Yeah, no, I get
USA team.
I get it. For sure.
Yeah. SGA was all that did was solidify his image or his I don't know, image is not the word. Solidified his place as one of the top 5 players in the NBA.
Yeah.
That's all it did. That's basically what he did. He solidified his spot as one of the top 5 players, without question. That's what that
team
did.
with Dylan Brooks and R.J. Barrett breaking threes, and you take them to the Bronze Cup or to the Bronze Medal.
Well, they won that. Well, let's give it. Dylan Brooks was a beast against us in the finals. So let's go ahead and give him that credit.
I'm just saying, man.
I know, but give him his credit. Give him his credit. They were beasts in that.
Blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, I guess, right? Andre Robertson had a couple good games.
Oh my God! Here we are in the NBA standings. This is where we stand as of 11.
Red scored 50 one time, didn't he?
People don't know who Michael Redd is, so leave him alone. Here are the Western Conference Finals. Now, I was going to do the East and West, but we don't really care about the East. That's why I'm only doing the West. The Nuggets 9-2, winners of 1 in a row. Mavericks 9-3, winners of 2 in a row. The T-Wolves just got beat, so that's a L1 because they just got beat. And then the Rockets 6-3, winners of 6 straight. The Thunder 7-4, winners of 2 straight. And by all means, we should be 9-2. Really, is what we should be.
For sure.
We should be 9-2, or 8-3,
we'd be 9-2.
or 8-3. Yes. Oh, we'd be better than that. Kings 6-4, winners of 3 in a row. now that they've got De'Aaron Fox back. Golden State 6-6, loses of 4 straight. They've got some issues, and now Draymond is out. So, but I think if that would have been Oklahoma City to be a better, I think it's going to galvanize them there in the Bay Area tonight against us. Lakers 6-5.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, man.
Yeah, Lakers 6-5, losers of 1. The Suns 5-6, winners of 1 in a row, and the Pelicans are 5-6, winners of 1 in a row. So that's interesting to see how that is actually breaking down. But we need to have this win. Yeah, we need this win big time for the end season for us to even remotely have a chance. You got to win because you already gave away. You already gave away a game against them here. So you got to get your W. You got to get your W for that. I mean, it's just a must to me. You got to have it. Anyway, that's what we're looking like right there. Games tonight. You've got the Heat and the Nets. The Heat are -3.5 point favorites over the Nets, over under 217.5. Then of course the Thunder and the Warriors. The Warriors are the Thunder are favorites by 2.5, if you can believe that. I think it's because of Draymond, don't you think?
Ooh, that's Draymond being out, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, they're 2.5 point favorites, and I don't know if we're going to do the show tonight because it just. I mean, Nathan, that's going to be late by the time it's going to be 11:30.
Too late, man. Ooh.
You know, it's going to be 11:30 by the time, you know. And last time we did a deal, we only had 14 people watching. The last game we did, it was that late. So I don't know if we're going to do a show that late simply because I don't know if people really want to go there. But that being said, dude, I mean, you know, in our next our next games we got coming up. Right now, we won the game we thought we were going to win, right? In our next 5.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we have Golden State tonight, which this is a winnable game for us, I think, because, you know, Golden State's probably trying to figure out what's up. You know, we can get one tonight.
I thought we could go for a split in Golden State, but I'll be honest, man. I think if we play well and he does the right rotations, which he won't, but if he does, we could go 2-0 against him.
Well, the problem is if he's playing Lindy Waters 19 minutes, we're done. If Lindy Waters is playing at all.
But if he does the right rotations, we could go 2-0 against him.
Yes, if we want to go win, see, that's what I'm saying right now. He's trying to develop play. He's in there in developmental road. Look, we know who our top 10, 12 guys are. We know. You know what I mean? We know who they are. So why aren't you trying to win games?
I think if we win this game tonight, it won't break their back.
No,
because they're champions.
He will. If we win that game, and all he'll do tomorrow night or Saturday night is play the other guys and say, "Oh, we got to split." That's how he'll look at it. That's how he'll look at it.
Okay. Well, I think if you play the right rotations, you go 4-0 the next 4 games.
Because you remember, I don't know if you remember when we beat the Los Angeles Clippers last year in that first game.
Yeah.
Then the second game,
what
he played was like, dude, you're not even trying to win this game. You took SGA out with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. What are you doing?
I remember that. Yeah.
And they went on a run, and we never recovered. And it's almost like, oh, well, we got our split. But, man, once again, we were trying to lose last year. So, I mean, I get that. But now you're trying to lose or you're trying to win now?
We'll see.
Because if you're trying to win, you should be this is the thing. Denver doesn't have a bench. They're about 7 deep. But they're winning as many games as they possibly can.
Man, that Peyton Watson guy, man, he's playing well.
Playing real well for them.
Really well.
Yeah, from Santa Clara. Is he from Santa Clara? Or is that
he's from UCLA.
Santa Clara is the guy. Santa Clara is at Golden State. But anyway, these next 5 games, you know, you can beat the Blazers, so you can go 2 out of 3 for sure on the road, if not 3 in a row. And if we can go 5-0 in this first 5, that second 5 you can afford to lose a couple.
Well, yeah, and I think so the second 5 you're talking about is 76ers at home, at the Timberwolves,
Lakers
at home, at the Mavericks,
and Jazz at home.
And then at the Jazz.
No, Jazz at home.
Yeah. So we could potentially, you know, you're going to probably
go
lose
7-3
the 76ers game. More than likely, probably going to lose the Timberwolves game, and then probably, I think you think Dallas for sure is a loss, but I think you got a shot there.
No,
I think you could beat the Lakers and the Jazz.
Yes, I think seven. If you can go, if he plays the right players, you can go 7-2, 8-3 in this stretch easy. And if you do that,
For
then
sure.
all of a sudden you're 14-6 or fifteen and
Oh,
five
dude.
in your first 20 games. Then that
You're
next
top
10,
3 seed guaranteed.
yeah, then that
15.
next 10, which we know is going to be rough, you go 5-5 in that, and you're 20-10. Then
Yeah.
you can easily reach,
That next 10.
yeah. Then you can easily reach
That next
25.
10 you're talking about
Yeah, that we talked about this
is
stuff.
at the Kings, at the Nuggets, Grizzlies at home,
Yeah,
Clippers at home, Lakers at home, Timberwolves at home, Knicks at home, at the Nuggets, and then to finish out the month of December with Nets at home.
yeah. So you know what I'm saying is you realistically I've wanted to be 28-12 after 40. That's where I thought I wanted
Yeah,
us to
by
be.
the way, the first game of 2024 is Boston Celtics at home.
Yeah, which is gonna be crazy. But we match up. But we match up with them.
Hard.
We used to. I don't know how we match up with them this
I
year.
don't know, man. You got Drew Holiday.
No. I mean, no. I'm talking about this year. I don't know how we match up. Last year we matched up with them
I
really
don't know if
good.
anybody matches up with them real well.
Well, right now, yeah, I don't. Well, you gotta try to have Chet guard Kristoff Porzingis. You gotta have
he can't do that.
no. Then you have J Dub guarding one of the two. You have Dort guarding one of the two,
Who's their
and
fifth starter?
SGA and Drew going at it, or put Josh on Drew, and you can put SGA on the other one of the other guys. But you have because
Who's the
remember,
fifth starter on that team?
Devin White.
Oh yeah, so you got to put Chet can't guard him.
No. So you have to have Chet on Porzingis. You have to have Chet on Porzingis. Then you have to have the other two guys, J Dub and Dort on Tatum and Brown, and then you got to have probably SGA on White and Josh on Drew because Drew really doesn't really score. So that you probably have to do it that way. No, he can, but I'm just saying is White will eat Josh up.
I think anybody's going to eat Josh up.
But you know what I'm saying. Josh can defend somebody who's looking to facilitate versus somebody who's looking to score. That's my point.
Can he though? Can he?
Come on now, he ain't that bad. But anyway,
I don't know.
anyway, that's our first. You're just wrong, man. You're just wrong. Anyway, let's take.
Well, he's not in his canner, but I mean, you know.
Oh wow, he's better than that, dude. You're just brutal. You're brutal right now.
I just said he's not in his canner.
I'm not talking to you. You're brutal. You're brutal. Thank our guys for our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. Man, I've been dealing with them a lot lately, trying to get everything up and running and doing what we need to do with them. So we want to thank them for their patience and helping us. SRB, if you have any needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, holler at my boy Mark Long over at SRB. Oak Grove Trucking and my dude Jose Fierro. If you got needs for dirt and rock, sand, anything to be moved, he can do it. Greg and Max Nafee for their support as always. And then, of course, YN.
The bank that makes things happen. God, I screwed it up again, didn't I? Sorry, man, you caught me. I just had an email come in, and you caught me when I was reading an email. I'm here just fine.
I now do the now they can hear me on the YNB one. And then, of course, George.
That's the reverb.
Yeah, that's the reverb, yeah. And then, of course, DT Construction.
Mm-mm. Mm.
To it to make it work. DT Construction and Consulting, 405-209-4051. Contact our guy Drew Henthorne if you have any needs for roofing or construction needs of any kind, inside or out, painting, uh, uh, concrete work. They can do it all. DT Construction 2015 at Outlook. They're respectful, local, and loyal, and we to all of these deals for people to hear me what I said. Anyway, Shelter Insurance, Mark Pemberton Agency, 4609 Southeast 29th Street in Dale City, Oklahoma. Call them at 405-670-2424. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 5, Fridays, 9 to 1, closed on the weekends, proudly serving the Middale area since 1982. You have to go back in and put in all the mics to every single scene that I have. And if it's not on there, it won't pop up. They can't hear me. So that was the solution we came up with yesterday, trying to make everything work. And then I had to call Restream because remember yesterday it wouldn't work. Well, I had to call Restream and they had to send a new software update. It wouldn't. I was like, okay, great, whatever. So anyway, we got all that stuff fixed. So then, of course, Drew's picks for the day. He's taking the Warriors tonight, if you can believe that, +3. Yeah,
Of course he is.
of course he is. Then, of course, he wants me to give the ticket up to take him to the Laker game, whatever, man. College basketball, Lakers and Thunder. I don't know if Randy can handle us both dressed in Laker gear. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Wake Forest.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Wake Forest. Oh, I spell Forest Forest instead of one R. +5.5, -110. It's taking Notre Dame in the fight in the Irish. +14. University of Nebraska Omaha. In fact, one of our guys is there playing. Sebastian is up there. Played at Heritage Hall. He's at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. I told his grandfather and his dad, you guys need to go see them. It's fantastic, fantastic place. The Perrys that own, the radio stations down here, Russell Perry. But anyway, I told those guys, hey, University of Nebraska, Omaha. Omaha is a beautiful place. So I know they're going to be going up to see their grandson play or son. St. Bonaventure, +3, -110. South Florida, +15. And then in the NFL, he's taking the Ravens tonight. What do you think about that?
Ooh. We'll see, man. We'll see.
I mean, I like him too, but what do you think about that game tonight?
Oh, I think the Ravens aren't playing well right now. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you and I are fighting tonight on our fantasy, aren't we?
Yeah. I think I don't know if anybody going tonight, but yeah. I mean, Bengals have been playing good, but they didn't they lose last week?
Yeah, I got Brock Purdy going tonight, not Joe Burrow. But then I took Jamar Chase, which made no sense.
You need to put Brock Purdy back. Put Brock Purdy back on the bench.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think you're right about that. I might have to do that because I've been thinking about them. Like, why am I taking?
I've got going this week.
Yeah, I know who you got going.
I've got C.J. Stroud.
I know who you got going this week. And the Texans. Who the Texans play? The Texans. They play the Cardinals. Oh God, at home. Oh yeah, never mind. I need to rethink that. Anyway, but I figure I might as well take Joe Burrow with him. But my projected points were more with Brock Purdy than they were with Burrow. because the Ravens seem to play Cincinnati really, really well for whatever reason. He doesn't really have good games against them. But I took Jamar Chase over the other guys. The Steelers and the Browns, -1.5. The Browns are favorite. That's going to be a good old-fashioned slugfest. How do you think the Browns feel now? Because they traded your guy from that's starting at the Broncos. I mean at the Vikings now. Josh, what's his name?
What's up, boys?
Hey, what's up, Ben? What's up, High State Gary? What is our
Ben?
boy's name that plays for the Vikings, the quarterback? Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs. You think the Browns are kicking themselves now? They traded him.
You wouldn't think so because they guaranteed all that money.
No, I'm saying they traded. They traded him.
Yeah, my point is though is that they didn't expect obviously that to happen. So I don't think they're kicking themselves now. I think they're kicking themselves for getting Watson.
Well, I'm talking about you got to be kicking yourself. You got to be kicking yourself for trading him. Compared to what you have a backup, you got to be trading. You got to be kicking.
I think he's played for 5 teams in like the last 2
something
years.
stable. Like it's insane. He says he just moved out of the hotel room. Where'd they put you up at 4 seasons? Do you know? Hey guys, did you know that the coach at the Mavericks? Oh God, what was his name? With the funny voice that played for the Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson.
Avery Johnson.
Do you know that he lived in a hotel in a suite the whole time he coached the Mavs? He and his family.
Wow. No.
I believe that.
Yeah, lived in a suite downtown Dallas, and I was like, I don't blame him. I would too. I mean, think about this. You've got a maid service every day. They do all your laundry and stuff. You're secure because your kids ain't got to worry about anything. They're going straight up to your suite, coming straight down, getting on the bus or whatever the driver, taking them to school, picking them up, putting them right back on the elevator. And plus, you got Nobu down. Plus, you got Nobu downstairs to eat.
I bet he got a
deal. Yeah, he got to take care of. There's no question. But I mean, just think about that. You got Nobu downstairs where you get. Ooh, that sounds good. Makes me want to go to Dallas. Anyway, Bears and Lions, guys, -9.
Lions are gonna crush them.
Yeah, that's kind of my thoughts too. I like the Lions in that one for sure.
Yeah, Chargers and Packers. The Packers are +3.
Yeah, I got the Chargers by a touchdown.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I think
Chargers
are going to handle their business with them. But the question is to you guys, is Brandon Staley fired if the Chargers lose?
No.
No, probably not.
You gotta wait out at least the rest of the year. You're too late now. It
Yeah.
could have been week 4, maybe, if they're 0-3 or something like that. But they always they blow every game that they play, but they also
they're in them, they're just
in
losing.
every game. They're in all of them, but they end up blowing them. But yeah, and it all comes back to the head coach on who's calling the plays, but also the players have to play.
Players got to play.
You're gonna have to. It's a catch-22 there.
Raiders, Dolphins, -12. Sure. I think the Dolphins are going to smash the Raiders. Nathan?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think with the running back, is it A-Chain? Was it coming back?
Yep. And then on top of that, they had a week off. It's going to be ugly, I think.
Yeah, but except for Vegas, after they fired their coach 2 wins in a row, they're smoking cigars every week. They're having a good time. The spread is the only thing that worries me on that game.
Yeah, but
I think the Dolphins will win, but I don't know about by the
double digits. Giants and the Commanders. Are any of us going to watch that?
No, unless you're trying to figure out who's the first round pick. First pick overall.
Cowboys and Panthers.
Yeah, Cowboys are crushing.
Cowboys will win that one. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, CD's going to go over 100 again. He's got a touchdown or 2.
And then of course,
as long as I'm not facing Drew, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
You guys know in our fantasy thing last week, I think he only had 5 guys going, and he almost beat me because 2 of his guys had like 40 points.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he just.
Well, he had the Dallas defense, I'm sure.
I don't remember, but I think he had CD, and I had one other guy that went for 40. And I just was like, you guys are kidding me.
And then, of course, Titans at the Jaguars. I've got had to pick between Austin Eckler and Travis Etienne, and I took Eckler because I think he'll have a better game against the Packers than he will have against the Titans defense. But anyway, I'm taking the Jaguars at home over that though. Ben?
Yeah, I like the Jaguars. I think they're going to be a great. I mean, they're going to come out and they're going to be a spoiler here before too long. So it's going to be trouble in paradise there.
Agreed. Nathan? Okay, he didn't. Man, it ain't that hard, man.
Go with Ben on that one.
God
I'll just go with Ben on that one, I guess. You caught me with another email, Matt. Sorry.
Buccaneers at the Niners, guys. Well, excuse me, Cardinals at the Texans. Ben?
Texans are going to crush them. I think the Texans are coming on. They're coming on really strong right now. They got some good pieces. They got a great coach. I mean, they're all they're buying in, and when teams buy in, they're going to be spoilers, and I think they're going to be. They're scary. They're a scary team to play right now.
And guess who his quarterback is against me today, Ben?
My starting fantasy quarterback right there. Let's go.
Man, he is.
He's playing pretty good. Buccaneers. Buccaneers and Niners.
Niners will crush them by 10 at least.
Kill them.
Yeah, I agree.
With all the boys being back, getting Jamar Chase, it's just that team is.
Well, see, that was my choice, Ben. I had the choice between Brock or Joe Burrow tonight, or this weekend as my quarterback, and I took Brock because I think Joe Burrow would have a tougher time with the Ravens than Brock will have against the Buccaneers.
Yeah, and Brock won't have to do much. I mean, he can hand the ball off, 14 times to McCaffrey. He's going to get over 100 yards. He won't have to do too much. He'll toss it out to Kittle, just a little, I mean, it's going to be an easy.
Yeah, but I need him to score.
I really do feel like, and what's going to happen right now. Like, the Niners will lose because I just said all that stuff. But yeah,
Jets and the Bills.
Ugh.
Man, is that the Bears?
This game looked like a blockbuster game at the beginning of the year, and now this game just stinks.
Yeah.
I mean, I know. Josh Allen, he has the most interceptions in the league, and then I know the Bills have the most turnovers in the league. So, I mean, geez, like I did not expect that from them. I mean, they were not supposed to be where they're at right now.
No, they're not. Okay, Ben, do you take Joe Burrow or Brock Purdy as your starting quarterback? Right now, it's fantasy.
Like
fantasy to right now. Oh, in real life, of course, you take Burrow. But tonight, because the Bengals against the Ravens or the Niners against the Buccaneers, who do you take?
Well, I like Purdy against the Buccaneers. I think he'll just have a field day with all of his weapons coming back. But you always get nervous just a little bit because if McCaffrey scores like 2 rushing touchdowns, that takes away from the throwing.
Yeah.
But no, I honestly I'd go with that one just because I think they're gonna. I really do think they're gonna just roll right over them.
Yeah. Well,
so
Nathan's trying to.
Kittle's gonna have a 60-yard touchdown. There's some points for you there.
Yeah, Nathan's trying to talk me into switching back to Joe Burrow. That's what Nathan's trying to get me to do.
Man, I can't trust Joe Burrow. Between those two guys, I feel like they're Russell and Deshaun for me for beginning.
That's what you're supposed to talk him. Hey, you're supposed to talk him into putting Burrow back in. I go around.
Oh, well, I'm just telling him about it.
Seahawks against.
You know what? I'd just like to point out. Ben is 8-2. Is that right? 8-2, Ben?
No, I think I'm 7-3.
I just beat him.
Okay, well, I beat him twice before that for his only 2 losses. I just want to tell you.
Yeah, and then Matt beat me last week, so now I'm 7-3.
Yeah.
So you're on the downfall, is what I hear you saying.
Oh my God! Correct. You know what? We're not talking, man. He's Ben.
We need to make some trades.
Hey Ben, why did you invite him on the show, Ben? Why did you invite him to come join us, Ben? Why did you invite him, man?
We'll agree some trades, and
let's go. Really? Are you right here in the open, huh? Y'all just gonna do it right in front.
Drew's not around. It's okay.
That's true. Seahawks and the Rams. The Rams are +1 against the Seahawks at home.
I think the Rams are at home.
Yeah.
Okay, I like the Seahawks. I mean, Gino hasn't been serving his pizza up as much. I don't know if he's switching over to deep dish. I don't know what's going on there, but they haven't been figuring it out. But I do expect them to come back against the Rams. I think that Rams team. I mean, I like the weapons they have, but I do think they're going to end up falling down again.
Yep. The Vikings at the Broncos, guys. Nathan.
Oof.
The Broncos actually played pretty decent.
Yep.
I think I might take the Broncos in that game.
-2, Ben.
Man, I like Dobbs and the Vikings. I mean, they've lost some weapons. Everything's been going wrong.
And they're going for their, what, 6th win in a row or something? 5th, 6th win in a row, the Vikings are?
Yeah, and especially 2 in a row with Dobbs. I think that's a huge difference.
It'll be 3.
Come in there.
3 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, he can fly a spaceship. So, I mean, let's get that guy in charge. Yeah, so, I mean, I think we take him again.
And then, of course, we'll talk about it again on Monday. But the Eagles versus the Chiefs Monday night in the rematch of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And Kelsey Bowl, too.
It's going to be a great game.
I'm taking the Chiefs at home.
I'm going with the Eagles.
Ben?
Yeah, I think with this one, I'd have to go with the Chiefs at home. The 2 is I'd probably buy it down, honestly, to like 1.5 if I was betting man, which I am. But I'd probably roll with that. But that's thank God we have a good primetime game. We've had some terrible primetime games the last couple of weeks. So
yeah, we have. They've been awful.
So this will be good.
This will be my daughter's pumped. This is the first football game she's ever going to watch. And I'll let you guys make the correlation. It's only because
the Eagles.
She's hoping Taylor Swift's going to be there for Travis Kelce.
Oh, let's hope so. She owes him one after he went all the way out there.
Well, wouldn't you?
Did you guys see the averages of when she's there and she's not?
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
It's wild.
Well, how about Brittany Mahomes kicking Travis Kelce's old girlfriend to the curb? How about that?
That's funny.
Well, I mean, what do you do, though? If that's your boy's new girl, that's your husband's boy's new girlfriend, what you going to do? You know what I'm saying? If I'm married and, my best friend has a new girlfriend, guess what? The old one got to go. You know what I mean? I'm like, we have no choice but to hang with the new one. I mean, you don't.
Yep.
Was that happy wife, happy life? That's what they always say. Okay, we're going to get the Big 12, Nate. I know you got to go after this, Nathan. OU at BYU, plus 24, Ben. What do you think? Remember, the game starts at 9. Remember that? Did y'all know that?
Plus 24.
The game is going to...
Why?
Well, because it's in BYU, so the game is going to be a 9 o'clock game for them, 11 o'clock for us.
Oh,
wow.
Because remember, it's a 2-hour difference.
I wouldn't wake up to see that.
Yeah, but just think if you're a player. Just think if you're a player, you had to play at 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
when do you ever play at 9 a.m.? Now, in basketball, it's completely different. But in football, when do you play a 9 o'clock game? Never.
We used to
You got to admit over the last
we see them in hockey
at 11 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were kids in hockey, I mean, up until we were about.
Yeah, but Ben, we're talking about college. When do you ever play? But when is your body?
Ben, that's the one that has ice again, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay,
he just cracks me up, man. Anyway, over under 57. Cincinnati at West Virginia. West Virginia is 6.5-point favorites. 2 o'clock on ESPN Plus. Who do you like, Ben?
Oh, shoot. I like WVU.
Yeah, I like West Virginia as well in this game, Cincinnati.
Yeah, I mean, ever since Coach Neal's been on the hot seat, it's been, one of them things.
Yeah.
So he's came back, he's, earned his spot back for at least another year. But that Cincinnati team, not a big fan.
Nathan?
Yeah, I'm with West Virginia.
Yeah, me too.
I think they're going to win that one.
Yeah. Baylor at TCU. Does anybody really care? Fort Worth versus Waco.
Yeah, who cares?
I mean, other than it being the I-35W corridor, I mean, why? Ugh. And then of course I'm pissed.
Anybody think Dave Aranda's? You think Dave Aranda's on the hot seat?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No. I mean, that's a tough job. And all the stuff that they've gone through, yeah, that's a tough one. Okie State at Houston. I'm upset because I'm not getting a chance to go to this game, so I was wanting to go take little man to the game.
Yeah, little G, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been his first football game. I'd have loved to do that, but his mom's got some stuff to do. I guess when you're an attorney, you work on the weekends too, so didn't get a chance to take him. So I'm going to take the Cowboys.
Get thing is you can go snag them and bring them to Stillwater next time.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah. This has to be wrong. It says Houston is minus 6.5 point favorites. That's got to be wrong. They got to be plus 6.5, don't they, Ben?
Hey, go Cougars. Go Cougars. Let's go for Cougars. Come on, we need OU to get in the Big 12 championship game.
Wow. Did he really go there, Ben? On my show, did he really go there?
Turncoat.
Wow. Anyways,
hold on.
No, he's a Sooner fan. He wants OSU to lose, so that OU will automatically, if OU wins out, then OU goes to the Big 12.
You know what? Here's my thing. At the end of the year, when OU and Texas are playing in the Big 12 championship game, I'm going to turn around and give both middle fingers to the Big 12.
Man.
Wow.
Benedict Taylor. Benedict Taylor.
SEC.
Oh, my God. Ben, once again, why did you invite this dude on the show? What is wrong with you? UCF against Texas Tech. The Red Raiders minus 3 point favorites. 6 o'clock game, 60.5 over under.
Yeah, I think it was at UCF. I think they'd win, but I like Texas Tech here, and I like them with the points there. Minus 3, I think that's good. Not without the hook.
Yeah, they overachieved last weekend, beating Oklahoma State, I think. Nathan?
You think they overachieved beating OSU, or you think that's just who OSU is?
Wow. Anyway, okay. Kansas State, number 23, Kansas State at Kansas. Boy, plus 8.5. K-State are favored by 8.5 over KU in Lawrence, 56.5.
Oh, man, yeah, you should see Carolyn. Carolyn's outside my office right now doing the big OSU thing.
Oh, thank you, Carolyn. Hey, we got some support. Thank you, Carolyn Hinthorn. Yes, we got some love over there. Thank you, Carolyn, for putting that boy straight. You know, I think he needs a.
Randy didn't bust in there and punch me in the face or something.
I don't think he's there. That's probably why. He's probably on the phone.
No, I'm looking at him. He's here.
Oh, he's there. Oh, yeah. You look. Is he not walking up?
I haven't got fired yet.
We should send him a deal and let him get on air and talk about it himself. Is what we should do. Who do you like?
The Zoom's not working too great right now.
Oh, is it not? I think it works fine, Ben. Doesn't it work fine for you, Ben? It works fine for me.
I'm with you.
Kansas State or Kansas, guys? Who do y'all like?
We want Kansas State to win that game.
You mean
It's in Lawrence, though, right?
It's in Lawrence. Kansas plus 8.5. They're on the downslide. K-State.
I think Kansas State will win. I don't think they'll cover though. I think it'll be a little bit closer.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Kansas and the points.
That's another thing. Did you guys? I don't know if you talked about this. Did you see that the rule change on the ties this week?
No.
You did. Okay, so I don't remember the exact scenarios, but basically it was if everybody won out, there was a three-way tie for second against Kansas State, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State. I think the scenario was that OU would have gone, even though the head-to-head was OSU won that. I think OU still would have gone, and they reversed the decision this week.
Well, no, that could not have been true because OSU beat Kansas and OU, and OU lost to Kansas and OSU. So that's impossible. That's impossible.
The second tiebreaker, or the third tiebreaker, was the teams that they had beat in the conference, and since OU had beaten the better teams, that they would have gone. It was something weird, man.
I mean, to me, that makes no sense because if it's head-to-head, which is number one, OU beat OSU, so that must have been some sort of Sooner Schooner paper. That must have been the Daily Sooner that you read that in, because ain't no way, bro.
That's what's his name? What's the commissioner's name? That's the commissioner just trying to screw over OU and Texas.
Whatever. Let's move on. Texas at Iowa State plus 7.5. Let's move on. We're not listening to your nonsense. Plus 7, Texas over Iowa State. Is that what we're going with? Texas is in. Ben?
Yeah, Texas is going to crush them. I mean, Iowa State's a decent football team, but I do think the Dogs will come out. I mean, especially that being isn't that a primetime game?
This is 9:15 on Fox.
Yeah, they're going to crush them.
Yep.
I mean, they got some stuff coming their way. They just got the best point guard, too, in NCAA basketball.
That running back being hurt might hurt Texas a little bit.
Yeah, so we'll take Iowa State in the points at home, I'm thinking. Ames is a tough place to play.
I'll take Texas by 2 touchdowns.
Oh, wow. Okay. In your NHL scores last night, Ben, we had the Flyers beating the Canes last night. Drew's Canes. Are they still his Canes, or he kicked them to the curb? I can't remember.
I don't think he hasn't declared yet if he kicked him to the curb or not. I mean, this Flyers team's real brutal team, but I mean, I don't know if Drew has. I don't know if he hasn't said his allegiance yet. I don't think.
Well, he's still with. We know he's still with the Blues, but same way the Flyers.
Well,
yeah. Go ahead. Flyers over the Kings. Canes 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, Flyers are a good team this year. I mean, Hurricanes, like they went into it. I think they were supposed to be projected, I think, 3rd best overall to win the Cup this year, and they've kind of just they need a new pair of pants, they need a new bed, so they're they pooped in it, so they're not doing too well. Flyers team, they're coming up. Last year they were supposed to be really good, and they're kind of starting to overdo what they should be doing. So they're a good team there.
And then of course the Oilers took care of my Kraken last night in OT. 4-3.
Yep, McDavid and Draisaitl are starting to the wheels are turning, and those guys, and they got Evander Kane going too as well. He's their second line center. He was the reason why they made the playoffs the last couple of years. He put in a lot of points, put in a lot of time, effort. So like right behind McJesus, you got another good. He should be a first line center, so he's right behind him. But yeah, Oilers came out on top.
Yep, and then of course the Avalanche take.
Is that guy's name really McJesus?
No, his name is McDavid. Connor McDavid. They call him McJesus.
Okay. I was like, wow, that's a great name.
He's a beast, dude. He's pretty good, man. He's really good, dude. He's really, really good. Okay, then the Avalanche took care of the Unmighty Ducks 8-2. They're in Denver.
Yeah, Ducks are. They're still a shit show. You put that whole state of California in hockey, you just put it in a fire, they all mix together. Them, the Sharks, they all stink.
They're terrible. And then the
They're
Nucks.
Almost double-digit goals against every night.
And then, of course, the Nucks took care of the Islanders 4-3 in OT.
Yep. That was a great game. I got to watch the end of that. So that was great. Barzell got a goal there for the Islanders. It was nice. Those guys, they're starting to come around with the Canucks, starting to surprise some teams.
Is there anything you really like tonight? I know the Blues are playing the Sharks, but are there any games you really like tonight?
So the Blues and the Sharks, probably worst game of the night. Both those two teams probably could get beat by like University of Michigan, University of Boston College. They could probably get beat by those teams at this point. They're very, very bad.
So you're saying there's no game that's really worth watching, or what you're trying to say tonight?
No, the one I'd watch Devils Penguins. They're just Lightning Blackhawks. Connor Bedard, the first pick overall for the Blackhawks.
Dude, he's really good, man. He's legit.
Yeah,
I watched him play a couple times.
He had 9 goals in 13 games, set a record for the Blackhawks, which they're an original 6 team. They've been around since 1908, so that's pretty good little record for him. He's outdoing what he should be doing. So that's probably the top 2 I'd watch. Islanders would be good if they weren't on a back-to-back, but they're playing the Kraken out there. But there'll be a little bit. There'll still be some highlights, but tonight's not like lighting me up with any good. Because
NBA, other than the Thunder, there's not really anything going on for that. I know because Nathan, have we decided we're going to still do the show or not, Nathan? We haven't, have we? Tonight.
What are we doing? No, tonight?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to do it, Ben. This game's not over till 11:30, Ben.
Man.
Yeah, because it starts at 9.
Ben, can I call you our resident Barry Melrose?
Sure. Perfect.
Hey, let me get your opinion on something. The only thing that I've ever seen in hockey that's really kind of piqued my interest. Adam Johnson. Did you see this?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm sure
guy
you did.
that I can't think of the guy that they ended up arresting him, taking him to jail.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Petgrave.
Say it one more time.
I didn't even. So Matt Petgrave was the guy that kicked him.
Yeah.
And dude, I didn't even know this was a thing until I heard it this week. So I watched the video. Holy crap, dude! Has anything ever like that happened before?
So I think I might have told this story on here one time before, but I was whenever I was playing, I think I was about 16 years old. And I was playing, and there was a guy that got like when you throw your hip into somebody, it's called the hip check. So you'll throw a guy over your shoulder, like over your hip. Sometimes you just lean your butt into the guy, and the guy. Sometimes if you run them into the wall, they'll flip over you. Okay, well one of the guys on my team did that to somebody, and the guy flipped over his back, like when you see those big hits, and then a guy skating went over and cut another guy's neck, like literally, I mean, sliced him wide open. We had the ambulance, pull onto the ice. Like, I mean, that's how crazy it was. And then we finished the game, of course. But which is wild. I don't understand how you do that. But I mean, that was a long time ago. But yeah, no. So the one in that video, you can see him lifting his leg a little bit, and it just looks like he's trying to, which is and he also has a rap sheet for it. He's done it before, not cutting guys' necks, but he has a rap sheet for being like not a respectable player. And that stuff, you can get blackballed in hockey pretty quickly.
What is your feeling on it, Ben? Do you think he deserved it? What happened to him, or
Man, the arresting that's wild because in the moment I don't think he meant to. He obviously didn't mean to kill the guy.
But it's just like with Draymond with his 5-game suspension, Ben.
That's like if you're drunk and driving. I mean, it's the same thing. Like you get a head-on collision. It's the same thing. So I think the guy deserves I think he deserves every bit of what he got. But do I think that he meant to do that? No, not a chance in the world. Did he ever think that he
was going to kill somebody?
It's just a weird thing. I don't know. Like there's different culture.
Yeah, but don't you think that's why they did manslaughter instead of murder? I mean, because manslaughter. I mean, that's the definition of manslaughter right there.
Yeah.
So
it's just like if you, like I said, like if run off the road and kill somebody or whatever, it's manslaughter. It's not you didn't murder them. You just. It's a terrible situation.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day, but to me, it's like he needs to help. If you have the track record of doing that, that's why they did it. I mean, let's face it. That's why they went ahead and
that's why he
arrested him.
That's why he kicked his leg up. That's why he did that. Because he has a known track record for being a dirty player, and that's what he was doing. And I mean, another thing too, like in Canada, you're required to wear a neck guard. Like you have to wear a piece of like a protection over your neck.
Right.
In the United States, it's optional. So I really think that if you
I bet that's not optional no more.
Well, it still is completely optional.
I know, but I've said they'll change the rule.
Yeah, and the reason why, guys, and I'll be completely honest, I think we were required to wear it until I think you're 8 years old in America. I believe it's 8 years old, and then you can take them off. And we took them off the second we could because you look way cooler.
Oh my God.
Think you look cool. I mean, but you know what I mean. Like,
but Ben, with this, okay, but Ben,
but
you as a player, do you after what happened? You as a player, would you now be in favor of wearing them at how it looked, or are you still going to just go, okay, that was an anomaly, and we're going to continue to do what we do?
If I'm coaching.
No, if you're a player. If you're a player.
No, I know. If I'm playing, I'm not changing a thing that I've done my entire life.
Right.
It's just the way that you are, just wearing a visor, wearing when you can take that off, it's just a different feeling. So you kind of go with what you know. But I mean, there are going to be people. There has been videos online of really famous players coming up in college and stuff, and they're all saying we're going to start wearing neck guards, which is great. I think it's great for the sport, but I didn't grow up that way.
Right.
So I just wouldn't change
it.
It's the same.
I mean, do you have kids? You have kids at all? I just don't know. I'm sorry.
No.
Not yet.
So I mean, you got to look at it as a parent, man. I
get you.
Well, it's like parents not letting their kids play football to a certain extent. That's why we talk about soccer, growing in popularity, is because more and more parents are letting their kids play soccer who are athletic, and so less and less of them are being exposed to football and basketball and baseball until later. You know what I mean? So, but until they start making the money in the MLS that they make in football or in basketball or in baseball, soccer is still going to be the fourth sport until that happens.
No, yeah, I agree with that. I think it's just with hockey, you just kind of, when you're used to something, you just keep going. I don't know, and it's a freeing sport. Like when you're out there, you feel like when you're skating around on ice, you feel free. So the less things you can have on you, the better. Almost.
Yeah. Well,
so I think it's just kind of it's one of those weird things.
Yeah, I tell people all day long, if you ever watching the hockey in Oklahoma City, that's not hockey. Go watch the Stars. No, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be funny here, Nathan, at all.
No,
when you go watch those guys, they are so fast. They're moving so fast on those skates. And they're doing stuff, and you're just like, because my first, I watched the Blazers, and I never made it past the first period ever. Maybe until maybe a second, but I never past first period, not really. And so they talked me into going to the Stars game. I'm like, man, I don't want to watch this stuff. It's the same as Oklahoma City. But I went down there. I've been a Stars fan ever since. Unbelievable. Those guys are talented. It's crazy.
Man,
it's crazy how good
athletes.
they are. It's crazy how good they really are. I mean, they're moving so fast. New appreciation of them after that. Been a Stars fan ever since.
The hand-eye coordination.
It's unbelievable.
While you're skating, while you're moving, trying to control a little thing with another stick in your hand like
while somebody's beating the crap out of you.
Yeah, trying to dodge things.
Yeah, it's there.
And the goalies are the weirdest part.
Yeah, they have all that equipment on.
People are shooting 100-mile-an-hour shots.
I got to jump off here.
All right, brother, go ahead.
Y'all have a good evening.
Have a good one, man.
Hey, have a good one, Nathan.
See you later. That was our boy Nathan Taylor, YMB, and OU sucks. That's all we know. I mean, excuse me. I didn't. Sorry. Wait till he got off. I waited till he got off, and then I ran my mouth. Talking all that trash. But anyway, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, Benjamin, the High Stick Harris. Nice seeing you, man. So on Tuesdays, what days are you with your nephew? Tuesdays?
Tuesdays I'm with my nephew, but right now he's actually in the hospital.
Man.
Actually he has RSV, so he's actually in ICU right now.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm about to pop off here, and I'm gonna go check on him, go see him too.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out what days to do our stuff because I couldn't remember.
Tuesdays are the days I'm with him, and then if I need to help him out, if my sister needs some help an extra day, I'll jump out. I'll help out.
Yeah.
Tuesdays are the day.
All right. Well, we're all praying for him, and go have fun. See you later, High Stick Harry, and give your wife some love for us. Tell her we said hello. And tell the wife I said hello. That's my guy, Ben Dillman, High Stick Harry, doing his thing, keeping us up to date on hockey and all the things that are related thereto. That being said, everybody have a fantastic day, and thank you for watching this edition of The Unpopular.